The courtroom was supposed to be a place of order, justice, and respect, but on that unforgettable morning, it became the stage for one of the most shocking moments in American judicial history. Witnesses say the tension was so thick, you could almost feel it in the air. Senator John Neely Kennedy, known for his southern wit and sharp tongue, sat calmly at the plaintiff's table. Across from him, towering with an almost regal arrogance, stood Judge Edward Chen, a man long criticized for his cold demeanor and biting words. No one in the room could have predicted what was about to unfold. It started subtly, a tone, a glare, a mocking smile. As Senator Kennedy spoke about a matter of public accountability, Judge Chen interrupted him with an icy chuckle. "Save the political theater for your rallies, Senator," he said, his voice dripping with contempt. The audience shifted uncomfortably. Court reporters hesitated before typing, unsure if they had heard correctly. Kennedy, ever composed, looked the judge in the eye and replied, "Your Honor, this isn't theater, it's about truth, and the courtroom deserves it." The words landed with quiet power, echoing across the chamber. But instead of retreating, Chen doubled down. His voice rose, his face tightening with fury. "You think you can lecture me on justice?" he barked. "You're a politician, not a judge. Sit down before I hold you in contempt." Gasps rippled through the gallery. Even seasoned attorneys, used to courtroom drama, were stunned by the judge's open hostility. Kennedy didn't move. Instead, he stood taller, his voice steady. "Contempt, Your Honor," he said softly, "is earned, not declared." What happened next silenced the room. The bailiff, who had been quietly observing, stepped forward as murmurs spread among the spectators. A court officer whispered into a radio, and within minutes, 2 federal marshals entered. Their expressions were grave. One of them approached the bench and handed Judge Chen a sealed envelope. He tore it open, his hands trembling slightly as he read the contents. Then, like a scene out of a movie, the courtroom doors swung wide as a higher judicial authority entered, an official from the Judicial Conduct Office. The room fell completely still. "Judge Edward Chen," the official announced firmly, "you are hereby suspended pending investigation for gross misconduct and abuse of judicial authority." The judge's jaw dropped. "This is outrageous," he thundered, slamming his gavel on the desk. But the sound that followed wasn't his gavel, it was the metallic click of handcuffs. The marshals moved swiftly, taking his arms as he shouted in disbelief, "You can't do this to me. I am the law." One witness recalled him screaming as he was led out of the courtroom. John Neely Kennedy remained standing, silent and composed, as chaos unfolded around him. Reporters scrambled to capture the momenta. Flashes from cameras illuminated the judge's flushed face as he disappeared down the hallway. For those who had doubted the integrity of the system, that moment was towards something essential, the belief that no one, not even a judge, stands above the law. In the days that followed, the story dominated every headline. Commentators across political lines weighed in not on party affiliations, but on principle. "Power can blind even the brightest minds," one editorial wrote, "but humility can restore faith in justice." The footage of Chen's removal went viral, drawing millions of views within hours. What could have been just another political controversy instead became a moral reckoning. Kennedy, when later interviewed, didn't gloat. He spoke quietly, almost sadly. "I don't take joy in another man's downfall," he said, "but the law must be respected by all, or it means nothing." His words struck a chord across the nation. In diners, classrooms, and offices, people discussed what had happened not as gossip, but as a reflection of something deeper. Judge Chen's arrogance had become his undoing, a tragic reminder that power without accountability breeds corruption. Yet, in that same courtroom, the unwavering calm of a man who believed in truth reminded everyone that dignity still has a place in public life. As the story settled into history, one message lingered: justice, though sometimes delayed, always finds its voice, and on that day, it spoke loud enough for the whole nation to hear.